The billionaire's mansion was glowing like a palace at midnight. But inside the most expensive room, two small kids were wide awake. Emma and Michael, the billionaire's twins. 5 years old. And famous in the whole staff for one thing. They never slept. Tonight, 3 nannies stood in their bedroom, looking like defeated soldiers. Pillows on the floor. Toys everywhere. The curtains half torn. "Emma, please lie down," one nanny begged. "Michael, sweetie, close your eyes," another whispered. Emma threw her teddy at the wall. "I'm not sleeping." Michael jumped on the bed like it was a trampoline. "If I sleep, she'll go. They always go." The door opened. Silence hit the room like a slap. Robert King, the billionaire, stood there. Tall. Expensive suit. Cold eyes. Behind him, his wife Evelyn with her perfect hair and tired face. "What is this circus?" Robert's voice was low but dangerous. One nanny tried to explain. "Sir, they're anxious. Maybe if you could." Robert cut her off with his hand. "I pay you triple the market rate. I give you a private room, food, everything, and still my kids are awake." He walked into the room, looking at the mess like it was an insult to his money. 3 nannies. 3 professionals. And none of you can perform one simple task. The way he said, simple. Like they were useless. Have you ever seen a rich person talk like that? Like money makes them more human, and the poor are just tools? Emma pulled her blanket up. She knew that tone. Michael's hands started shaking. "Sir," another nanny whispered, "they are scared at night. They think people will leave if they fall asleep. Maybe if you, or madam." Robert laughed. "But it was cold. I manage companies. I close $1 million deals. I don't have time to babysit. That's why I hire people like you." People like you. Just 3 words. But they stung harder than any slap. "Leave your keys," he said. "All 3 of you. You're fired." In the hallway, the maids looked away. No one spoke. No one dared. 3 broken women walked out of the richest house they had ever seen, with nothing. Robert turned to his assistant, John, who appeared at the door. "Tomorrow morning, I want a new nanny. Someone better. Someone who can finally do this job right." He shut the twins' door. The lights in the hallway went off. But the truth was simple. It wasn't the twins who had the real problem. It was the house. The people in it. The cold hearts. And the next morning, a poor woman named Sophia would walk into this mansion. With an old bag, tired shoes, and a secret that would finally make the twins sleep. Why? Because of where she went after work. And when the twins heard that, their rich little world would never feel the same again. Morning came, but the mansion didn't feel fresh. It felt heavy. Maids moved quickly, eyes down. No one wanted to make a mistake. Not after 3 nannies were fired in one night. At the main door, a woman stood quietly, holding a small worn-out handbag. Her name was Sophia. Her shoes were old and cracked. Her dress was clean but faded. Her hands were rough, the hands of someone who had scrubbed too many floors. John, the assistant, looked at her like she was an item on a bad shopping list. "You're the new nanny?" he asked. "Yes, sir," she replied softly. He scanned her up and down. "You don't look like the others." She smiled politely. "Is that a problem?" "We'll see." He smirked. 3 nannies failed in 1 week. They couldn't make the twins sleep. Mr. King was furious. "If you fail too." He didn't even finish. He just turned and walked inside. Have you ever entered a place where you could feel that you were already judged? Just by your clothes? Just by your face? Sophia followed him through the marble hallway. She saw golden frames on the wall. Huge chandeliers. Fresh flowers in glass vases that probably cost more than her monthly salary. Yet somehow, under all the shine, the house felt sad. On the stairs, Evelyn appeared. Perfect robe. Perfect hair. Exhausted eyes. Is this her? She asked John. Yes, ma'am. This is Sophia. Evelyn walked closer. Have you worked with kids before? Yes, ma'am, Sophia answered. In a daycare. And in my own life. Evelyn frowned. In your own life? Sophia's smile faded for half a second. Yes. I had children. Something in her eyes looked broken. But Evelyn was too tired to notice. When you go up, don't expect them to listen. They don't trust new people. She paused. If you can make them sleep, you stay. If you can't, John will pay you for the day and you go. Simple. Cold. Sophia nodded. I understand. She climbed the stairs slowly. Her heart beat faster with every step. At the top, she saw a sign taped crookedly to a door. A no shouting zone, written in colorful crayons. She stared at it for a moment. No shouting in a house where shouting was normal. The sign looked like a small shield trying to protect two tiny hearts. She knocked gently. No answer. She opened the door. The room looked like a toy war had just ended. Dolls on the lamps. Cars under the pillows. Books on the floor. Two small faces turned toward her. Emma. Messy hair. Angry eyes. Michael. Wide eyes. Tired but alert. Who are you? Emma snapped. I'm Sophia, she said softly. I'm here to spend time with you. Michael narrowed his eyes. They all say that. Then they leave. Sophia stepped inside and closed the door behind her. She didn't smile like a clown. She didn't talk like a boss. She just said quietly, I don't leave that easily. They didn't believe her. Not yet. But Sophia wasn't afraid of their anger. She had already met a pain much worse than rich children who couldn't sleep. And that pain was the secret she carried into this rich, cold house. What do you think? Are the twins really naughty, or are they just hurting inside? Sophia didn't start with rules. She didn't start with, go to bed now. She started with silence. And watching. Emma grabbed toys like she was defending them. Michael kept glancing at the door, flinching at every footstep in the hallway. Do you like stories? Sophia asked. No, Emma said quickly. Yes, Michael said at the same time. They glared at each other. Sophia didn't push. Okay, she nodded. Then let's not do stories yet. She walked to the window and pulled the curtain back just a little. A soft square of sunlight fell on the floor. She took off her shoes and stepped into it. The light warmed her tired feet. New game, she said. It's called Truth in the Sunlight. Michael tilted his head. What game is that? You stand in the sunlight, she explained, and you say one true thing. Only one. It can be something small. Or something big. But it has to be real. She looked at them. In this light, we don't lie. Deal. Kids are always curious. Curiosity is stronger than fear. Michael slid off the bed and ran to the sun patch. I go first. Okay, Sophia smiled. Tell me one true thing. He looked down at his toes. Then whispered, I don't like when Daddy shouts. It makes my tummy hurt. Sophia's throat tightened. Thank you for telling me that, she said gently. That's a very brave truth. Can I say another? He asked. Tomorrow, she smiled. We do one each day. Emma stood on the bed, arms crossed. This is stupid. Sophia didn't argue. She just turned her head slightly. Then you don't have to play, she said softly. But the sun is nice. Emma waited. Then finally jumped off the bed and stomped into the light. One true thing, Sophia said. Emma looked at the walls. At night, they feel closer, she muttered. Like they're coming to eat me. Sophia knelt down to her level. So the dark makes you feel trapped? Emma nodded, biting her lip. That's an important truth, Sophia said. Thank you for trusting me with it. Then she stepped into the sunlight herself. My turn, she said. One true thing. She closed her eyes. I miss someone I used to hold every night. The twins stared at her. Who? Michael asked. She just smiled sadly. That's for another day. All afternoon, they played small games. They drew their wall monsters and gave them funny hats. They made a poster that said, "No shouting zone, kids' hearts inside." They stuck it on the door with shaky tape. But when the sun went down, and the shadows crawled back onto the walls, the old fear returned. Eyes widened. Hands shook. Sophia sat between their beds, humming softly. Why can't you sleep, my loves? She whispered. Michael suddenly grabbed her hand. Because if we sleep, he said, maybe you'll be gone when we wake up. Just like the others. Sophia felt her heart crack open. Maybe it was time. Maybe they needed to know why she understood that fear too well. But once she told them, this house would never look the same in their eyes again. The next day, the mansion was quieter than usual. No shouting from Robert. Just the soft echo of footsteps and distant phone calls. Sophia came to the twins' room after lunch. They were sitting on the floor, coloring. Emma pretended not to wait for her. Michael didn't pretend at all. He ran to her the second she walked in. Is it sun game time? He asked. Sophia smiled. Yes. If you want. Today, the sunlight patch was smaller. Clouds covered most of the sky. But they still stood in it, one by one. Michael's truth. I hate when mommy says she's too busy to play. Emma's truth. I act angry when I'm scared. Sophia's truth. I feel more at home in a hospital than in a rich house. That made them both look up. Why? Emma asked. Because that's where my heart is, she said softly. They didn't understand. Not yet. Later that night, after a long afternoon of quiet play and laughter, the fear came back again like a slow dark wave. The lights were dim. The curtains moved with the wind. The house felt too big. Michael gripped his pillow. Will you leave when we sleep? Sophia sat between their beds, hands folded. Not without saying goodbye, she said. That's what they all say, Emma muttered. But when we wake up, they're gone. No note. No hug. Nothing. Have you ever noticed how adults forget that children remember everything? Every broken promise. Every empty room. Sophia took a breath. Maybe it was time to show them the deepest part of her life. Do you remember when I said I miss someone I used to hold? They nodded. I had twins too, she whispered. 2 baby girls. Lena and Mara. The room went still. They were born very small, she continued. Too small. They had to stay in the hospital. Machines helped them breathe. Wires, tubes, everything. Emma's eyes filled with tears. Were you scared? I was terrified, Sophia said honestly. I worked in houses like this one. I cooked, cleaned, took care of other people's children, just so I could pay the hospital. What happened to them? Michael asked, his voice shaking. Sophia looked at the ceiling. One night, there was a big storm. The power went out in the area. The hospital generator failed for a few minutes. She swallowed hard. For houses like this, a power cut is annoying. For them, those minutes were everything. She didn't say the word. She didn't say death. But the twins understood anyway. Emma started crying quietly. I'm sorry, she sobbed. Sophia reached out and held her hand. Thank you, she whispered. You're the first rich children who ever cried for them. Michael wiped his eyes. So, now what do you do? Now, Sophia said, I go to the children's ward at the public hospital after work. I hold babies whose mothers can't stay. I sing for them. I help kids who are scared, just like you. And that, she added softly, is where I go after work. The twins stared at her, their hearts beating fast. The rich house suddenly felt very, very small. Hospital. Emma whispered. You go to a hospital every night? Yes, Sophia answered. Not the fancy one with shiny windows. The old one. With broken chairs, cracked walls, but full of brave little hearts. Why? Michael asked. No one is paying you? Sophia shook her head. No. Nobody pays me for that. Then why do you go? She took their hands in hers. Because my twins died there, she said softly, and I couldn't save them. So now, I try to help others. It doesn't make the pain disappear, but it makes it lighter. She paused. You know how you both feel scared at night? They nodded. Those kids feel that all day and all night. Some don't have parents by their bed. Some parents are working 3 jobs. Some live far away and can't afford the bus every day. The twins went quiet. They had never thought beyond their giant house, their PlayStation, their toys. Sophia's voice was gentle. When I am there, I don't feel rich or poor. I just feel human. And I hold their hands until they fall asleep. When do you sleep? Emma asked. Sophia chuckled softly. Whenever I can. On the bus. In my tiny room. But I sleep better when I know at least one child who is crying is peaceful. A tear rolled down Michael's cheek. Do you sing to them? Yes, she said. Can you sing to us like them? He whispered. Sophia hesitated. Of course. She started singing a soft lullaby. Her voice was not perfect, but it was warm, real. Emma's breathing slowly calmed. Michael's eyes started to close. Then Emma suddenly opened hers again. Miss Sophia? Yes, my love. If we sleep early, Emma said carefully, you'll have more time at the hospital, right? Sophia blinked, surprised. Yes, I suppose so. Michael pushed his blanket up to his chin. Okay, then I'll try. I'll try to sleep fast. So you're not too tired for them. No one had ever said that to Sophia. No child. No adult. Her eyes filled with tears. You have the kindest hearts, she whispered. Outside, in the hallway, footsteps stopped. Someone was standing there, listening. Robert King. He had come to see if the new nanny was working. Instead, he heard the word hospital, and his twins offering their sleep like a gift. He stayed in the shadows. For once in his life, he listened. Sophia kissed their foreheads gently. I'll stay until you sleep, she said. Within minutes, the twins were breathing evenly, deep, calm. For the first time in months, the twins slept early. And just outside the door, the billionaire who thought money could buy everything, felt something he hadn't felt in years. Shame. Sophia opened the door quietly. She didn't expect anyone to be there. But Robert was standing right outside. No phone in his hand. No laptop. Just him. His eyes were red, though he tried to hide it. How long were you standing here? She asked softly. Long enough, he said. His voice had lost its sharp edge. You go to a public hospital after work? He asked. Yes, sir. And you live, where? In a small room above a shop, she answered calmly. The ceiling leaks when it rains. But it's close to the hospital, so it's enough for me. He swallowed. And all this time, I've been shouting about bedtime. She didn't say anything. Silence was answer enough. Why didn't you tell us? He asked quietly. Sophia met his eyes. Rich people don't usually ask, she said. They ask, what can you do for me? Not, what have you survived to stand here today? Those words hit him like a punch. He looked at the "No shouting zone," Kids' Hearts Inside poster on the door. He had walked past it many times. Never really seen it. My kids, he whispered. They were afraid to sleep because they thought people would disappear? Yes, she said. They're not difficult children, sir. They're scared children. There's a difference. He leaned against the wall, breathing slowly. I've been so busy building my empire. I forgot I had a family. Sophia's voice softened. Kids don't need empires. They need people who stay. The next morning, the staff felt the change before they saw it. No yelling in the kitchen. No one crying quietly near the back door. Robert came to breakfast in a simple shirt. He sat between Emma and Michael. He poured their juice. He cut their pancakes. Evelyn watched, surprised. What's this? She asked. Practice, he said. For staying. Days passed. Every night, Sophia still went to the hospital. But now, she didn't take the bus alone. Robert visited the hospital once. Then again. Then again. He saw rusty beds. Thin blankets. Machines held together with tape and hope. He met mothers with tired eyes and empty wallets. That night, he called his legal team. I want to fund a new children's ward, he said. Top equipment. Best doctors. But what, sir? They asked. No big golden sign with my name, he replied. If you need a name, put hers. The Nanny. Weeks later, a small board was hung on a freshly painted wall in the children's hospital. Sleep and comfort room, in honor of Sophia, who stayed when she didn't have to. Back in the mansion, bedtime became something else. Not a war. A ritual. One story. One song. One kiss from Dad. One hug from Sophia. The twins slept. Not because they were forced, but because they finally felt safe. Money had bought the house, the bed, the toys. But it was a poor woman's broken heart that taught this rich family what love really looks like. Do you think children feel safer with money and things, or with time and love? And if you were in Sophia's place, would you still stay and help a rich family that first treated you like you were nothing? Tell me in the comments. Your opinion could become the next story. Do you like this personality? Thinking.